On the surface, the small town of Coolbaugh Township, Pennsylvania, seemed like a quiet place where little ever went wrong. But on July 15, 2017, a 911 call shattered that peace. A woman named Barbara Rogers called emergency services, sobbing and incoherent. She claimed her boyfriend had been shot in the head and was dead in their home. When police arrived, they found the body of 32-year-old Stephen Mineo, lying on the floor with a single gunshot wound to his forehead. Barbara told the police that Stephen had asked her to shoot him. According to her, he guided her hand and placed the gun against his head. She said she pulled the trigger without fully realizing what she was doing. She insisted it was not murder, but a tragic act she had been manipulated into. Investigators immediately found inconsistencies. Stephen's friends described him as intense and paranoid, but not suicidal. He was deeply involved in a fringe religious group called the Sherry Shriner cult, which preached a bizarre mix of alien conspiracy theories, demonic possession, and spiritual warfare. Sherry Shriner, the group's online leader, maintained a tight grip on her followers and often communicated with them through social media. Both Stephen and Barbara had been longtime members of the group. At first, their bond over their mutual beliefs strengthened their relationship. But as time passed, Sherry Shriner began to speak out against Barbara. She accused her of being a vampire, a reptilian alien in disguise, and a threat to the group. Sherry claimed Barbara's soul had been compromised and warned Stephen to leave her. Instead of obeying, Stephen defended Barbara. His loyalty to the group wavered, and he began to clash with other followers. The couple became increasingly isolated. Tensions between their spiritual beliefs and personal lives grew, and Stephen started expressing paranoia that Sherry Shriner's followers were watching them. Friends later testified that Stephen feared retaliation. Barbara maintained that Stephen was under immense emotional strain. She said he told her he could not handle the pressure anymore and wanted to die. When asked why she had not tried to stop him or seek help, she claimed she believed he was serious and did not know how to respond. Police, however, believed Barbara was not telling the full truth. The gun belonged to her, and it had been fired at close range. Prosecutors believed the killing was not a suicide pact, but a cold and calculated act disguised as one. They charged her with third-degree murder. During her trial in 2019, the courtroom heard about the bizarre world of online cults, mind control, and delusional beliefs. The defense argued that Barbara had been psychologically manipulated, not only by Stephen but also by the toxic influence of Sherry Shriner. They presented her as a vulnerable woman caught between loyalty to her boyfriend and fear of the cult's retribution. Prosecutors painted a different picture. They pointed to Barbara's calm behavior immediately after the shooting and suggested that her story did not add up. They believed she had grown tired of the relationship and used Stephen's instability as cover to end it violently. After days of testimony, the jury found Barbara Rogers guilty of third-degree murder. She was sentenced to 15 to 40 years in prison. Stephen Mineo's death was not just a case of domestic violence. It was a rare glimpse into the dark and fringe corners of the internet, where cults still thrive, and vulnerable individuals fall under the influence of dangerous ideologies. Sherry Shriner, the cult leader who had so much sway over their lives, died of natural causes in 2021, never facing charges or direct consequences for her role in the tragedy. Barbara Rogers remains incarcerated. The case continues to be cited as a cautionary tale about how online manipulation, delusion, and emotional instability can lead to irreversible acts.